Good morning, children. In this session, we will learn about the three regions of alimentary canal: esophagus, stomach, and the small intestine. Let's begin with esophagus. Esophagus is a tube which conducts the food from the throat to the stomach. The food in the esophagus is conducted or the food passes in the esophagus by a special movement called peristalsis. Now let's understand what is peristalsis. Peristalsis is the wave of constrictions caused by the circular muscles of the gut, and this helps the food to pass through the esophagus. The esophagus does not produce any digestive enzymes. Now let's move on to the stomach. The stomach is an elastic bag which is located below the diaphragm. The walls of the stomach are highly muscular. The opening of the stomach into the intestine is called pylorus. The pylorus has muscles this is called sphincter muscles. These muscles basically keep the opening closed like a valve to prevent the food passing from the stomach until it is thoroughly churned up. The inner lining of the stomach secretes gastric juice. Now let's see what is the composition of the gastric juice and their function. Gastric juice is a colorless, highly acidic liquid. It contains water, some salts, hydrochloric acid, and an enzyme called pepsin. Now let's learn about the function of the gastric juice. The gastric juice kills the germs and it activates the pepsin to act on proteins. Children, note that in the stomach, protein digestion starts. Now let's see how the proteins are digested in the stomach. Basically, pepsin is secreted as pepsinogen in the stomach. This pepsinogen is converted into pepsin by hydrochloric acid, and then the pepsin converts the protein into peptides. Only partial digestion of proteins takes place in the stomach. Complete digestion takes place in the small intestine. Now, the food in the stomach attains a pulp-like form called the chyme. After formation of chyme, the food moves to the intestine little by little. Now, let's learn about the small intestine. The small intestine is a tube about 10 meters long and about 2.5 centimeter wide. It is coiled and folded in the abdomen. It has three subregions. The first part, that is the upper part, is the duodenum. It is a short upper part, and the common bile duct opens into this duodenum. Next we have jejunum. This is about 2 meters, and below jejunum we have ileum, which is 4 meters. The inner lining of the ileum has tiny finger-like projections called villi. Now what is the importance of these finger-like projections? The villi increases the surface area of intestine and thus facilitates the absorption of digested food. Each villus has a single cell epithelium. Inside the villus, artery, vein, and blood capillaries, lymph vessels called lacteal is present. Digestion of food as well as absorption of food takes place in the small intestine. We will take up the digestion process in the next session. That's it for today, children. We'll continue the rest of the chapter in the next session. Take care. Thank you.